Hey guys, so in this video I want to show you the new myth manifest. Alright, and I'll be doing some demonstration in one of the reverie stages to show you how it functions. But yeah, I'm not going to show you the difficult one. I'm not going to do the demonstration in the difficult one. It's just to check out the effect of the new myth manifest. Alright, so let's start. Okay, the new myth manifest is intelligence, and similar to other myth manifests, he has an ultimate. Okay, so let us translate this ultimate. Okay, so his ultimate is a group attack that causes 300% relative damage if the natural energy is higher than the original energy. Natural here is red energy, original is blue, so he has two energy, red and blue. I think it alternates that he get red then blue, unless you have some of the path unlocked, then he sometimes get more blue than red, or the other way around, you can get more red than blue. There is a difference which I will show you, but anyway, this attack have the effect of natural enhancement. If the natural energy is not higher, which means original is higher than natural, also you will get natural enhancement. So either way, you will get natural enhancement. So energy can be gained at the start of a turn passively. Alright, so here. Okay, so natural enhancement. This attack causes additional relative damage equal to 100%, the energy times 100%, and it will dispel all positive status of the enemy and granting all enemy natural repulsion. And what is natural repulsion? Okay, so this is natural repulsion. It's critical defense minus 12%. Alright, now, okay, if the blue is more than red, if the red is more than blue, you will get this one, right? If the red is more than blue, then you get this one. So even though they say the name is the same like natural enhancement, but it is actually not the same. In the Chinese word, it is not the same. Okay, so let us translate this as well. So the first one, if this attack increases the attack energy by 20% and purify all negative status from the allies and grant all the allies native affinity. So native affinity is ritual power plus 8%, which is ultimate might plus 8%. Alright, so again, just to summarize, the first one here is basically if the red energy is more, you will do more relative damage, then you'll dispel all positive status from the enemy. If you are using if you have more blue energy than red, then you will cast this and instead you will get this affinity, this buff. One is the buff the enemy, one is you buff yourself. I mean your team. Okay, for this, which is the passives, or in a way the insight. The first one, and start of the round, the cycle gain natural energy, original energy. So it's a cycle. So you get red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. When natural energy red overflows, okay, so you get red, blue, red. So let's say you got 3 energy, red, blue, red. When you get the next one will be blue, red will overflow. So if red will overflow, it will grant all enemy or inflict all enemy 1 layer of natural repulsion, which is the minus 12% creep defense. And when primitive energy, this is original energy. I'm not sure why the translation is 2 different things, but primitive energy here refers to original energy, which is the blue one. Overflow, it grants all allies 1 layer of primitive affinity, the one that increases ultimate might by 8%. When natural energy or primitive energy overflow, it will release a group single target skill to chase. What does that mean is that it will do an attack. So let's say you have your energy full and then you let it overflow. So I'm going to show it to you now. I'm going to reset this so like there's nothing. Okay, and I'm going to simply put something on him. Yeah, so now I don't have anything, but we want to see the effect of this Myth Manifest. Alright, so this Myth Manifest now has red energy. So in the next round, it will get the blue energy. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the blue energy. Now you get blue energy. Then after that, you move this around, and then you will get the red energy because it rotates. Okay. Here you go. All right. The enemy. I should have choose a stage where the enemy attack less because this is consuming a little bit of time. So you see, you get red energy. So by the next round, you will get the blue energy because it rotates from red to blue, and the red will overflow. So if the red overflow, it will inflict debuff on the enemy. Okay, it will inflict debuff on the enemy. Okay, and it will do an attack because when it overflow, it will do an attack, mass attack. Alright, so here you can see this is the debuff, which is crit defense minus 12%. And I'm gonna let it overflow again, but I'm not sure if I will survive. I'm just gonna stun this. Okay. So now I will get red and blue will overflow. So now I will gain a buff. Okay, blue will overflow and I will gain a buff. And it does a single target attack. So the blue will do a single target attack, red will do an AoE attack. Right? So you get this, which is 8% ultimate might. Now I'm gonna attack with the Myth Manifest. Okay, it's a mass attack. Boom. And now there's two red, one blue. So red is more than blue, so it inflicts more negative status on the enemy. So you can see now it is 4 stacks. But on NLE, it's just 1 stacks, right? Because red is more than blue. So if you have more blue than red and you use it, then you will get buff instead of debuff. Okay, so you can play this to your advantage. So for this Myth Manifest, there's only 3 nodes. 1, 2, 3. I will start off with the right node, then move on to the left node. So here is a translation of the abilities. So the first one here, Structural Scan. The pursuit triggered by the overflow of raw energy increases the penetration rate by 30%. As you can see in the clip before this, if you overflow on the energy, it will do an attack. Red, multi-target. Blue, single target. But now, it will gain 30% penetration rate. Okay, the second one here, the status granted lasts for 1 round. Actually, this is the default one, right? So any status it grants, it will be for additional 1 round. For energy transformation, energy limit +1. Remember the previous clip, there's 3 energy, but now if you activate this, you will get 4 energy, and if you are in any magic array, you will get 1 extra point of primitive energy at the end of the round. So the charging of the energy becomes faster because instead of 1, now you get 2. So it speeds up. Okay, when energy overflow or is consumed, your character gains 3 layers of dynamo. Electric energy here refers to dynamo. Okay, even if you are using character like, let's say, Kakania, who doesn't have a kit related to dynamo, she still will get the dynamo. Okay, at the end of the round, your character will inject up to 5 layers of dynamo into the search field. This depends if you have a character that has the electric array. So this referring to dynamo, which is Lucy, Ulrich, Ezra. Alright, so if you have this 3 character, then you will have the electric field. If not, you will not channel anything into any array. Alright, so this is actually very important for the dynamo team because you will speed up the rate of you getting the max level of the electric field. Okay, and then after that, when your character attacks, so the node electric energy penetration, when a character attacks, each layer of electricity increases penetration rate by 1%. Again, electricity is dynamo. So if you don't use it, let's say you don't have the electric field array, So the dynamo will just stick onto the character because they have no means to consume the dynamo. So here I'm talking about characters that are not dynamo, right? So let's say Kakania, you get this dynamo, 3 stacks, and then you get 6 stacks, 9 stacks. So eventually you will get up to 30 stacks. You have 30% critical, 30% penetration rate. Alright? So at the electromagnetic compatibility, at the end of the round, the character native affinity is replaced by electromagnetic affinity. So native affinity again is the buff. Okay, if you remember the buff, right, that I showed you earlier, the blue color one, if the blue overflow or you are attacking when you have more blue than red, then it will buff the party with this electromagnetic affinity. Okay, so electromagnetic affinity, instead of just ultimate might 8%, you get additional 8% incantation might. So total 16%. This is useful for characters that make use of both incantation and ultimate might, right? So up to 16% that they get. Okay, so ritual enforcement, that is ritual power, which is ultimate might plus 6%. So there's 2 nodes that have that. So total 12%. Alright, so now I'm going to show you a demonstration. Okay, I have Outrage here and I have some characters that are not dynamo. I'm going to bring Kakania so I don't die that quickly. And what to do? Okay, so I have 1 dynamo. Alright, first I'm not going to bring him. Okay, I want to show you that without the electric field, the dynamo will stay. Okay, now I will get 2 charge of blue energy. Okay, only 1 charge. I thought I said 2 charge, but never mind. Okay. Oh, at the end of the round, yeah, I get 1 charge. Okay, I get a red charge. So it seems that the additional charge wasn't included. I will check again why, but anyway, let me show you the dynamo first. Okay, so here it is. It's charged. I can attack, but I do not want to attack. I want to see the overflow, and then I will attack to get the dynamo. Okay, so in terms of overflow, it will be the same as before. Okay, there you go, overflow, and then you inflict the debuff on the enemy. Right, this one. Okay, so now I'm gonna attack, and I get 3 dynamo. Okay, and I attack, now I have 15 dynamo. So yeah, just now the overflow, and I get extra 3 dynamo. So now I attack, I get 12 dynamo. So now I have 15 dynamo. And I have no means to actually channel this dynamo into any array, so it stays on the character. So now all these characters have 15% penetration. Okay, so now I'm gonna bring Outrage in. to show you now what happens if you have the array. Okay, just double checking something. Okay, yeah. So the extra primitive energy, the one that I say you get double energy, you need an array, right? So just now there wasn't any array. I did not activate Lopera's array, so I did not get the additional primitive energy. So now I have an array. At the end of the round, I should get 2 energy. Okay, and Auric will put 5, and because of the mid manifest, I put another 5. So total, I put in 10 dynamo into the array. See, so I have 2 primitive, 2 blue energy, right? Because I'm in an array. Okay. So now I will get now 2 blue, and red will overflow. See, 1 blue, and I will get 1 more blue. Oh, I'll get a red. Okay, a blue and a red. Alright, and you see I have, everyone have 3 stack of the dynamo, and Auric as well, and now he have channel in additional dynamo. So it does make it charge faster. If you have more character that has dynamo, I'll probably be in level 2 and close to level 3 by now. Alright. Yep, so here, because there's much more blue than red, right, I got the stacks, the that buff. But because now I'm using this node, that buff got upgraded to a better buff, which is this one. Okay, the one with the lightning symbol. Yeah, so there's 8% ultimate might and 8% incantation might. Alright, so this is the node for Dynamo. So obviously if you are using Lucy or Auric, you would want to go for this node. Sorry. Right, so if you are using Lucy or... where is it? Yeah, Lucy or Auric, you would want to go for this node. Okay. Alright, so this is for the middle node. Okay. Yeah. So the middle node, the final ritual damage increased by 30%. And then the status granted lasts for 1 round, which is the same because that is the default node. The third one, energy draw, at the end of every 2 rounds, you will get a random energy. So it can be blue, it can be green. It can be blue or it can be red. Then superpower output 3, all spell can benefit from both spell power and ritual power. So this one specifically, if you are like using Lucy or Centurion and they already have this, so this node is kind of wasted if you are using it with them. Alright, but however, if you are using other team and they doesn't have this capability or ability to share ultimate might in their incantation, then you can go for this node. Then you can use some characters, you know, any characters. Like, let's say if I'm using Liang Yue, and then I have 3 charge, rank 3 of her incantation, which you know will do a lot of damage. And now I can bring in Melania into her team. And Melania's ultimate might can benefit her. Right? So in that case, let's say I don't bring Mercuria, but I bring Melania into the team. And now not only Melania can provide Liang Yue more Moxie due to the the additional Moxie thing, the debuff that she inflicts, Moxie Passion or something, Passion Drain, then the 60%, how many percent was it? 12? Yeah, like 60 or 70% ultimate might from Melania will be, usable by Liang Yue if you have this node unlocked. So this is something really interesting. I haven't tried it, but now when I'm trying to give you an example, that suddenly hit my mind, and maybe that's something that I want to try out, right? So especially if you guys who are having P0 Liang Yue, you can put this in. Liang Yue can easily get Moxie. You can easily rotate through Liang Yue's ultimate every 2 rounds, maintain Qiang Liang, and at the same time you can benefit a lot from the ultimate might from Melania, and it can be included into Liang Yue's incantations. And I believe that includes the AoE incantation that she does. Okay, something to try. Alright, next, the bottom here we have, okay, at the start of each round, critical hit rate 20%. Okay, very good, you get 20% critical hit rate at the beginning of each round. Then penetration rate 10%. I do believe this 20%, 10% is applied to the party, not only just the myth manifest. But I can't really for sure. I have to test the damage properly in order to really determine if it works on a party or not. Because the problem is that these are passive. You don't really see the buff on your characters on top of their head. There will not be an icon. Okay, but anyway, if 20% crit rate and penetration rate 10% is really good. Unlimited radiation, the third one in this list, overflow energy gain an additional layer of corresponding enhancement effect. Okay, so which means if you overflow rate, it will debuff twice. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, the enhancement here, an additional layer, right? So 2 stacks. So you will debuff twice. If it overflow blue, then it will buff you twice. Okay, and for the attribute enhancement, 4% ritual power and 4% spell power. So total 8% on incantation because of the node that you can use both to amplify the damage of your incantations. Right, so this one is rather simple. I'm not going to do a demonstration for this one because it's pretty straightforward. Alright. Okay, and for the last node, last path on the left one, so before I give you the translation, there's one thing I want to show you, which is that if you activate this, and you want to activate this 2 node, you cannot. Because this node, and this node, it alters the energy that we gain. So if you activate all of this, then you will be gaining a lot of energy. So the game decided that no, you cannot do that because that's abuse of the mechanics. So you only can choose either one. Alright, you cannot have all of that. Okay, so here I'm going to reset and only, activate this left node. Okay, so I activate this left node and let us see the translation. So the first one, when natural energy overflows, their pursuit critical hit rate and critical hit damage are increased by 30%. The second one, induction. At the start of battle, if your team has 3 native refers to primal, spirit, and intellect, your team will get 2 layers of native affinity. If your team has more than 3 natural inspiration characters, that is beast, plant, star, and mineral, all enemies will gain 2 layers of natural thwarting, which is the debuff, the minus 12% crit defense one. Okay, and the fourth one here, energy cycle, energy limit +2. Immediately restore 2 points of natural energy after releasing the final ritual. So even though you have 5 energy, but you always start with at least 2. Okay, so it's the same. You need to charge up to 3, then you get 2, then you charge up to 3, you use it, then you get 2. So overall, it's as if you have 3. Alright, Gain 2 points of energy when entering the battle. Okay. And next, here is that. When energy overflow or is consumed, your character recover 10% of lost HP. So if you have 10% of lost HP, this technically only heal 1% of your max HP. So this is not like Lopera. Lopera is based on, Lopera is also based on lost HP. So it's the same, but Lopera skilling can crit, and with the crit, she can have like 80 or 90% heal on your party, on your unit, right? But this one is just 10% of lost HP. But this is party wide. Okay, every character will be affected by it. The second one, the duration of the granted natural rejection, which is the debuff, plus 1 round. When gaining natural energy, dispel the attribute weakness of all allies. Okay, so I need to check this out if this is referring to negative status or defense down, stats down. And then here, aftermath of the ceremony, when performing the final ritual, if you consume at least 3 points of natural energy, rate 1, you gain +1 action in the next round. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, you should be able to get this energy one at a time. So 3 rounds, then you use it, then you get another 3. So every 3 rounds, you get +1 AP, which is actually not bad at all. Right? It's not bad at all. Spell strengthening, +6 spell power of your character. Alright, so let us do the demonstration. I'm going to go to the Soda Beast stage because they inflict this one? Yeah, this one. Because they inflict poison, and see if I can cleanse that. And it only cleanse when it only cleanse when gaining natural energy, which is the rate 1. So let's start. Which means if I use the ultimate, then I will gain 2 natural energy. So when I use it, I should also dispel myself, right? Dispel all the negative status. So you see, I have 3 of the natural afflatus, so now I inflict 2 stack of the debuff. Okay, I have Fatutu here, so make sure I don't get confused the cleanse for Fatutu's cleansing. Okay, I get 1 poison, 2 poison. Alright, now I get the blue energy, right? So blue energy doesn't do anything. So now I should be getting the red one, and that should, okay. I cleanse because of Fatutu, that's fine, but I'm getting the poison back. No poison? I don't know the poison come first or the cleansing, but whatever the case, let us just let it overcharge, let it overflow. Okay, poison. Then I get the blue. Okay, overflow, did not cleanse. Damn it, Fatutu. Okay, I'm gonna remove Fatutu. It's interrupting the whole testing. This is like the first time I'm complaining about Fatutu's cleanse. Okay, go away. Someone else. That no cleanse. You got no cleanse. Liang Yue have immunity in case I accidentally use her ultimate. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna just move things around. Just gonna move things around. Okay. Blue will not cleanse. Blue will not cleanse. Okay, now I'm gonna get the red one in the next round. Cleanse? Oh, no cleanse. Okay, no cleanse. Then I'm going to attack it. Wait, so here I want you to see that I have 4 AP. So now I'm going to do this and I will have 5 AP in the next round because I consume 5 energy. Okay, cleanse. No cleanse. So that cleanse should be defense down, right? That cleanse should be defense down. So here I have 5 AP. Okay, and now I have 3 energy. So next round, it will go back to 4. And in the next round, it will be 4, but I will get 5 energy again. And then I can use it, and then I will get 5. So every 3 round, 5 AP is very good. Okay, this is probably one of the favorite part of this Myth Manifest is it giving the additional AP. Alright, so yep, that's all for the testing and explanation of the Myth Manifest. I hope you are able to understand it better. Definitely looking forward for it in the global version. Alright, thank you very much for watching and have a good day.